Hey everybody, welcome to Dick Talk, the podcast. Yeah, get your headphones on.
We're in it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god. Hey everybody, welcome to Dick Talk, the podcast where we read and review smut recommended by TikTok. I'm Karina.
I'm Killian.
And I'm Emily.
And this week we read Beyond Shame by Kit Rocha.
Noelle Cunningham has been kicked out of the cloistered, privileged city center of Eden for the grave sin of being horny. It's a damn shame, because you'd think if there was one place cool with getting naked, it would be Eden, but nope. One place very cool with getting naked and down and dirty is Sector 4, where our excommunicated princess finds herself. And find herself she does. She finds herself drawn into the arms of Jasper Ford, right-hand man of the O'Kane gang. And she finds herself in threesomes and foursomes and performative blowjobs. But will she ever find Jasper admitting he wants to commit to her? That's the question in Beyond Shame.
Jasper Ford, you say?
Oh, crap. What was that? Not his last name?
I wrote down McCray.
Oh, you're right. Okay. And find herself she does. She finds herself drawn into the arms of Jasper McCray, right-hand man of the O'Kane gang. Is that enough for Chevy?
That's enough.
Okay.
I just can't believe I knew a name that nobody else knew.
There must be some other Jasper Ford out there. Maybe that's like a perfume brand.
It sounds like a fucking perfume, doesn't it? Because you're thinking Tom Ford.
I don't know why.
I was reading in the New York Times this morning how middle school boys are really into cologne, like expensive-ass colognes all of a sudden. They call it like scent maxing or something. Like it's like the worst. And every time I read it, I was like,
This is how the brands make their dollars.
When we were their age, I mean, the boys were about scent maxing, but with like Axe body spray.
Yeah, cheap drugstore shit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that from early high school. They were definitely talking to fifth graders.
Oh.
But on the other hand, like the alternative is body odor.
Yeah.
But the way that I picture it, it's body odor plus overly heavy, expensive.
We don't know
which is the same. Yeah.
The bathing is not necessarily happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Just the spraying.
It's the French way.
Okay. Before we dive in, if Beyond Shame sounds like something you want to read, we do not avoid spoilers. If you've read the book, we would love to hear from you. Email us at dicktalkthepodcast@gmail.com or find us on Insta or TikTok at dicktalkpod, DIKTOK.
POD. Favorite trope?
Copious calculation. Oh no, my phone's full.
No!
I'll vamp for a bit and figure this shit out.
Okay. My note literally says class struggles.
Yeah.
What I like is a post-apocalyptic shit, but this doesn't feel as post-apocalyptic as like
Not really.
the category I would say, even though it technically is because it's after some sort of solar flare.
Mm-hmm. The solar storm.
Yeah.
I don't even remember like what tropes were in this. I guess just like grumpy, possessive, emotionally distant guy.
Toxic masculinity? That's not a trope, that's just
real
It's
life.
just real.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a grumpy sunshine, right? She was very sunshine, and he was grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like it, but it was a trope. It was there.
I didn't like it. It was the only trope I could think of.
Yep.
Yeah, let's talk about this book.
Here's a good quote. God.
Jasper didn't have time for a woman, much less one with big eyes who would expect things. Hate a woman who's not just a sex doll. Hate a woman with a personality.
Hate a woman. Fucking is the least of it, Lex muttered. Everyone has a couple of holes a guy can stick his dick in. The important stuff is all above the neck. It felt like her entire body had flushed, but Noelle fought past self-consciousness. What's the important stuff? Using your brain, baby girl.
Yeah.
Like, sis forgot about her entire brain.
Yeah, that tracks.
She wrote this book with her pussy.
She sure did.
I didn't like a single male character.
No, fuck no, dude. No.
Yeah. I like Lex.
Yes.
I like Lex.
I'm not even sure I really like Noelle.
No.
To be honest, that she was fine.
She had a lot of learning to do.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
that's not something. Is that something I'm gonna hold against her? I mean, maybe, but
Pretty much all I remember from this book is she was like, yes, I want to do everything. And Jasper was like, well, it's not going to mean anything until you can say no and set boundaries. But that was the whole book.
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't even call it quite that cut and dried.
Right. It was a lot of like back and forth between everyone. Everyone was back and forthing.
Yeah.
Extreme
So
emotional
much.
immaturity.
Like,
Yeah.
I finished this book and I was like, did anything like happen? Like, sex did happen. Sexy things did happen.
Lots of it.
She got shot,
Right. She did get shot.
and her dad.
Showed up,
Showed up.
and it was a conflict for about 5 minutes, and then he left.
Like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what were the stakes in this book?
So it was
Commitment?
the Miranda problem, yeah, because she just fell in love with the first guy that she saw
Yes!
out there, and
Truly the first guy she saw.
literally, yeah,
Like, literally walked into him.
yep. And then she was like, "Hey, I want to be with you," and he was like, "No."
No,
I can't. I shan't.
I mustn't and I shan't. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I guess
For, like, no reason.
her setting the boundary was her getting her own room and moving out of Lex's room, the person she should have been in love with.
Dude!
Yeah. Man, and Lex and what's his
Dallas.
fuck?
Dallas.
Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, man. That is
That
a
was even
toxic
worse.
relationship.
She
yeah.
deserves so much
She does.
better.
Mhm.
She deserves better than Noelle, too. But that would have been an improvement.
Yeah, well, and at
Yeah.
least, like, she liked Noelle.
Right.
She didn't like Dallas that much. For every chance to undermine her as a, like, leader or a force in this gang, like, he took it. And it's like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
I
like,
don't know how they did any governing.
The fucking misogyny in this. Also, okay, I have so many questions.
Yeah.
How big is this district? How many districts are in the United States, which is where I think this, like...
I have no idea.
This seemed like it was just neighborhoods in a city,
Right? Like 3, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
right? There's
Even though they're
which is
number
like
4.
like some little downtown enclave.
Mm-hmm. I only noticed this morning when I was writing out my notes that there was like an intro to all of this. So I just started off from word go. She's like, I got kicked out of Eden. And I was like, with the books that we read, I don't fucking, like, is she Eve?
Oh.
I don't know.
I must have missed the intro too.
Yeah.
Hang on,
I wish Kindle wouldn't do that.
I know.
Just start like making sure I scroll to the actual first page.
But it's like an intro to the world, so you don't do what we did.
Oh.
I mean, it wasn't hard to figure out.
Oh, are you
So
talking
did that
about...
shed more light on this question?
Well, I didn't actually read it. I just saw that it was...
Are you talking about where it says "Welcome to Sector 4" and
Yeah.
find out more in the Beyond series guide?
Yeah, all that
Okay.
stuff.
Oh, the Beyond series guy.
I ain't doing that. The all Noelle Cunningham has ever wanted was a life beyond.
To make fun of that, that's going to be really helpful when I do the write-up for this episode, so I'll probably forget that it's there.
Okay, it's just a city. It's not the whole country. Because I'm reading.
Yeah, thanks.
It's a city and it's slums.
But it's not out in the country, which is where everyone should be afraid of or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be. She could have gotten kicked out and gone to the farms where they give you fertility drugs and just breed you to death, basically.
Sounds great.
That's what she says. A girl from the city couldn't possibly understand the difference between casual and more after less than a week. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, man, but like...
I'm just amazed at how quickly she was offered a spot
I
in
know.
the gang.
Yes.
They
Like-
have no standards.
She didn't have to kill anyone. She didn't even have to suck anyone's dick.
Well, it's
She
just,
would have.
She did.
Oh, she did?
No, she didn't have to. She just did.
Oh, she did, yeah.
But it's she's from Eden. She's got a very powerful father. And you're just, it's not just that, like, she's get the tattoo, whatever, she's got certain access. No, she's got full trust. And you are entrusting her with all this info.
Yep.
Turns out, yeah, sure, she was trustworthy because she wanted to be there and fuck everybody, but
she also
assume
doesn't
that.
know anything else. Like, how far does this consent go?
Yeah.
You know, she just falls somewhere and is like, all right, here I am. I guess I'm going to fully commit to this because she doesn't have another option as far as she's concerned.
Right. Yeah, like her other option is the reproductive farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is that really a choice? Is it really freely given? I mean, I guess freely given eventually, but...
I mean, she did make it. I don't know. She is just such a sad character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like but she does just want to get railed.
Yeah.
And owned.
Uh-huh.
Not like pwned. Like, you just got owned.
For fuck's sake, like, choose a guy who's not Jasper.
Yeah,
right? Like anybody else apparently is down.
Yeah. Even, what's the tattoo guy's name? Ace?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he was already taken.
Yeah. Didn't he? One of them rejected her because she was just too desperate, which, like, fair.
Yeah.
And he was already obsessed with, is it Rachel?
You know, like the bartender or something. Yeah. Everyone gets their someone.
I'm fascinated. Well, because there has to be a series.
Of course. There's like 7 books in the series or something.
I'm fascinated how, even in things that are, like, theoretically fine or removed from misogyny, Jasper still managed to be a misogynist. Like, when, like, you know, she goes on and on about how any woman can wear whatever they want and wear canes and, like, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, he's like, why aren't you wearing pants? Wear your pants. She's walking around without pants. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I could show up naked. Well, not if you're dating this chode.
Belonging to someone isn't the end game, the point where they're allowed to get lazy. It's a beginning, one you have to be damn sure you want. This was on page 20. Like, she's already like, I want to belong and be owned by this man. I want his design or whatever to be tattooed on
neck
me.
tattoo.
Yeah.
And cuffs. I'm like, slow it down.
Right. Ink is very permanent.
At least have him eat you out first.
Right? I think in the foursome.
With Dallas and Lex.
Yeah. Does Jasper eat her out?
I can't remember.
I want to say Lex does.
Yeah. Oh, they do be eaten out, and I was like, this is great, and this should have been the end game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have been the couple that wound up.
And that was
this.
like the only instance of them getting sexy together.
You know.
Furious.
There's a lot of unrequited oral.
Yeah. Yeah, there was.
Yeah. Dude. There's so much about Jasper that pissed me off. But he's like, you have to be able to say what you want. And then she's like,
I want to get railed.
well, yeah, she's like, talk to me. Dirty talk to me. And he's like, no. Like, he's constantly like, no. And you're like, and then like later in the book, he's like, you don't have to tell me what you want. I know. And it's like, right? Did you not just go through a whole fucking book about how she had to tell you what she wanted?
Yes. That's why I was like, did anything happen in this book? Because it just keeps canceling each other out. Yeah. It's zero.
Yeah, the way that men talk to each other about the women, that was hard to stomach. Hit it or quit it. Oh yeah, Amira goes fucking wild for men hitting each other. Like, these are your love interest and partners.
Also, he gets his first blowjob from her after he does like an MMA fight, and I was like, fucking ecosystem down there, dude. Like, like
sweating, bloody.
Cannot
how are
even how disgusting that would be. You want to tell her no for something? Tell her no then.
Right. Be like, give me 5 so I can go wash my dick.
Yeah. Fucking go to the bathroom and splash some sink water in there, dude. Yeah. Anything.
Take a hoe bath. Oh my god, man.
Also, like, does she do DP when she loses her virginity?
Oh man,
was there DP? I can't remember.
His fingertip pressed against her back passage, stretching the tight ring of muscle with a painfully pleasurable jolt that startled a cry out of her.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess so. And what was it? Her back entrance? What did it say?
Back passage.
Her back passage.
Under the castle where you sneak out.
I'll admit, I did find the tattooing scene hot.
That was hot.
The coming part. When he
I like the coming part.
When he handcuffed her down for the tattoos, I was like, get out of there. Get out of there. This is the sketchiest fucking thing I've ever heard.
She can't. Yeah. She's handcuffed down.
Why'd you let him do that?
Because she trusts him implicitly.
She trusts everyone implicitly upon
Baby panicked so hard. I was like, you don't need to be roped down for a tattoo. What are we doing here?
Oh, but then they ate her out in the chair, and it was
Again,
fine.
I like the coming part. That was hot.
Right,
the handcuff part.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Maybe it's because my last tattoo was so painful.
Oh, no. Did you need to be handcuffed?
I probably should have been.
I was going to say, did you need to be eaten out?
Yes. My tattoo artist made the mistake of telling me that he felt bad causing people pain, so the shit that I said to that poor man will probably haunt him.
Oh, no.
Well,
come on.
There is one way that they could just alleviate that.
Could have made it up to you.
Yeah.
Could have made it up
I don't think he could actually work while doing that.
Oh, no, not while.
Third party.
Yeah, there would need to be a thirdsies.
True.
Also, I think in from the sanitation.
Yeah.
It might have been a problem. Anyway.
Just came across a quote that made my...
Read it.
This is Noelle's perspective. She'd seen Jasper's eyes narrow with tight hunger when she tilted her head and confessed ignorance about some sexual matter. Oh, the men like us to be a little clueless, don't they? Yeah. They all like to be the first to plow some virgin soil, that's for sure.
Because no one's better at sex than someone who's never had it before.
Right. It's not about them. Ace knew he should be listening to the words coming out of Rachel's mouth, but damned if he'd ever been able to.
Hello!
Foundations for a strong relationship.
This is
right
the
here.
one that they're gonna have a book together, I assume.
Rachel Riley was a golden angel begging to be debauched, even in a pair of cheap overalls with grease on her face.
All right, Stephen King. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow, I keep reading it. It keeps getting worse.
Go on.
Fuck Jasper for sending her over here anyway. And fuck Jasper for not fucking the new princess already. Noelle had come trailing in behind Rachel like a lost little duckling, and oh, she and Rachel made a picture. He'd carve out a kidney to see all that blonde and brunette hair tangled together, preferably while they fought over who got to suck his dick first.
Yep, I had that highlighted and I just said, okay,
For a man who'd had a hooker on him less than an hour ago, he was damn hard up for some blighted satisfaction. These men. It's
our fantasy.
Is it?
Yep, I guess so. I have a question.
Yeah.
What are they doing about STD prevention? Because everybody be fucking everybody. Like, they're going to be swapping diseases like Pokemon cards out here.
Oh, well, I bet they have a really good comprehensive healthcare system. Yeah.
Gangs are known for that.
Affordable and accessible.
It's the one thing that improved after the solar flare.
The auroras and the healthcare.
Man, really good line. So Ace is doing her tattoo and says, Jasper says, Ace isn't dirty, he's obscene. And she asks, what's the difference? And Ace says, dirty's saying I'm going to make you come. Obscene's saying I'm going to spread your pink pussy lips and open and spank your clit until you come all over my face. And I was like, okay, but also spank it. Not my thing. But I thought that was nice. Nice of him to explain the difference.
Between dirty and obscene.
Right. I did make a note when Ace is doing a lot of dirty talk. I was just like, you talk too much. Man, shut up. Put that mouth to better use.
So for all that there's a lot of, like, you know, orgies, this still seemed very heteronormative.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, you're getting in the heat of things. You can, you know, fuck with another woman, but a woman belongs to her man.
Right, yeah, it did seem like any, like, girl on girl was, like, performative for the men.
Yeah. And, like, what if...
But even if it wasn't, it was assumed to be performative
right.
for the men.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But are the men never getting together with each other?
Yeah, where was that?
Yeah.
What happened to equality?
Yeah, you're such good friends.
Fuck each other
why don't
already.
you fuck?
Yeah. Why don't you try and suck a dick?
Yeah.
You seem so into it.
Yeah.
You've certainly seen it done enough.
Mm-hmm. Here, there, and everywhere.
It hurt. He'd stripped her bare that morning with Ace. Not just her body, but her soul. Nothing that intense could simply be sex. Not when he'd held her and stroked her as she drifted in warm haze long past the point where Ace had finished and put away the needles. I said, oh, girl. Like, just because he stroked your hair after you blacked out from coming so hard. Which, good for her.
Her bar is on the ground.
Yeah. This is difficult to articulate, but the way that these sex scenes were written a lot of the times is it was sex scene and then I felt like we were taken out of it to the point that I was like, what happened?
Right?
And then maybe we're back in it again right after that, or maybe she just fucking blacked out.
Yeah.
Like it happened multiple times, especially in the beginning.
Coward's way out. Yeah, she blacked out from coming too hard a couple times, I think.
Yeah.
That is the coward's way out. Because it was like, oh, coming, and then she wakes up wrapped in a blanket in his arms.
Well, and before that with Lex and
Dallas.
I was like, Steer? What was his fucking name?
Houston, Austin, Corpus Christi.
Alamo.
He's Steer from now on. Like she
steer clear.
She starts to give him a blowjob and then she just stops. Like that's the first scene where we're introduced to those two characters, and I was like, what? And then there's one point that like Jasper comes from fingering Noelle, and I was like, what?
Wait, he comes from fingering her?
Yeah, and splooshes onto her thigh. It's hot. It's mentioned it's hot jizz.
Ooh.
Hot temperature-wise.
Right.
Yeah.
You mean, yeah.
I mean,
as opposed to cookies and cream jizz.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a true, I think that's a feminist icon.
He is not a feminist icon. How dare you?
He comes from fingering a woman. That's an ally, right?
He comes in mysterious ways. It's alright.
It is mysterious because he clearly hates women so much.
Yeah, he really does.
I'm mystified.
He's just thinking about debasing her.
Yeah. A woman who wants things from him.
It just seemed like her wanting it made it less appealing for him.
Yeah.
Or like...
That were the implications.
Man. Yeah. There was not good chemistry between them.
There's a point at which they're starting to get hot and heavy, and he's like, what do you want? What do you want? Noelle says, anything. If you think it'll make me feel good, I want to feel good. And like, we're getting into the whole premise of this book, essentially. You can't separate them, can you? Whatever I want will get you off. I want you to have other people find out what you like, get and give pleasure before you settle on me.
Dude, what if you're the person that she starts with as a just like, oh, do I like this?
Right?
Like, but
like,
no, he needs
just fuck
that
already.
Commitment.
Obviously he doesn't.
It's also the worst polyamorous couple, you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's like, I just want to go off and experience other people, and then like, it doesn't last. You're fucking treading water. Polishing brass on the Titanic. It's not going well. Oh, here it is. He came, semen splashing hot on her hip as he pulsed against her. And I was like, he came from fingering her?
It's right there on the page. Obviously you did.
Right there on her hip.
Mm-hmm. Which to Ace is like a page, because it's campus he writes on.
During the foursome, I guess. Is that what is even happening here? Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, I guess it's like the beginning of the foursome. It says, when she kisses Lex, she only had to turn her head a little bit, and then Lex's mouth was pressed against hers, soft lips more yielding than Jasper's and gentler. It seemed that way, at least, in the moment where Noelle could only kiss the other woman awkwardly, terrified it might be a mistake after all. And I said, trust me, girl, it's not.
You are so close to getting it, baby girl.
So close to getting it! And getting it.
Oh, the only person who's been humane towards you?
Yeah, like, her only actual friend.
They wear each other's clothes.
They, like, sleep in each other's arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gal pals, roommates.
History will say.
Yeah. Yeah.
History will not remember this book. I barely
Damn.
do. I barely do.
All of my notes are just hating on Jasper, so.
Mm-hmm. And Dallas. He's pretty hateable, too.
Dallas is hateable, but at least he wasn't yet, until the next book, held up as, you know.
You read the next book?
No, but I know that it's about
Oh.
Haas and Lex.
The formal welcome of Noelle, where, like, she takes a shot and goes around and, like, gets fondled by everyone. Like, so
Kisses.
it went all the way around the circle. Kisses, hugs, a few pats on the shoulder, and one or two on the hip. But all fond and good nature. Like, do they do that when it's a guy being indoctrinated into a gang, too?
I'm gonna say yes.
In my mind, they do.
I
They
hope
fucking
so.
better.
Everyone just, like, pats him on the dick.
little tap, tap, tap.
Also, like, that's the party where Jasper just fucking leaves her ass. And it's like,
Yes.
what if you thought about someone other than yourself for, like, 5 minutes, bro?
Yeah, what the
Right.
fucking fuck, dude?
Like, she gets 8 shots deep or whatever, and he leaves her.
Mm.
Which, granted, it's 8 shots of beer, so.
No, it was like
It was
all
like
the
their
things
liquors.
that they,
Oh.
like all the liquors that
Yeah.
they sell.
Well.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't go blind then.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was having trouble keeping track of the characters. Did anyone else?
Yes. Especially just like the tertiary women.
Right. Well, and the tertiary guys, they just like
That's
pop
true.
up and you're like, that.
Yeah.
Oh, Braun.
Whomst?
Ooh, yeah. Who
Oh.
are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have one.
Who's fighting? I don't.
Oh, I guess I also had her back passage highlighted.
Yeah.
You would.
Oh my god. You coming back to us, kitten? You came so hard you passed it.
God damn it. Stop fucking never in my life.
No.
Maybe you just haven't been fucked by the right misogynist.
It's not on my bucket list.
Yeah, like 48% of the way through this book, it says Noelle was the big deal. Noelle, who, for all her sensuality and hunger, could still barely wrap her head around the idea of sex, casual or otherwise, with a single partner. And I said, because no one will fuck her! Just fuck her!
Like, talk to her and fuck her.
Yes.
That's what she wants.
Dude!
Well, and I get it. Baby girl wants to get laid. I'm just not so sure about the emotional ramifications of losing your virginity in a foursome.
Right.
Couldn't someone, like, take her aside and be sweet to her, and then we could get into the
Yes.
Lex?
Yes.
Yeah.
Calling Lex?
Yeah, paging Dr. Lex. She didn't have a word for it, but she knew what it was. Too much trust. A yearning for possession that went both ways. Hope that what you had would never change. Maybe it was love. And I was just like, have you had a normal, non-sexual conversation with this man?
Oh. I think the answer is no.
Like,
What happens when she finds out he's an idiot?
has this man ever made you laugh? Maybe it's love. Shut up.
No, just
Miranda
lies.
problem. Miranda problem. Sometimes the first man you meet is your ticket off the island. Good enough. She's gonna turn 30 and turn around and be like, what the fuck did I do with my life?
Huh?
Truly.
But then she's gonna think about the farm or whatever.
Right. Because she's
Because
like,
that's
what,
the
20?
only other option she knows of. Yeah, the missed opportunities for informed consent are like, relax, baby girl. He'll make you feel good. All you have to do is let it happen. Just tell her what's gonna happen. You can make that sexy.
Yeah, for people who are constantly insisting on communication.
And,
They don't-
safe, sane, and consensual.
Yeah, they don't give anything.
No.
They don't. And even like the surprise anal beads.
They did sound like they felt good though, not gonna lie.
Yeah, but what if she'd had to poop?
Oh no.
No.
I mean, not
No.
exactly. Oh no. I do need to see a detailed checklist of the way they disinfect the toys between these romps.
Yeah.
Because
Well, they're
grass
not-
balls.
Generally communal toys, right? Like Lex has her own personal toy. Yeah, I mean, I was definitely obviously curious about the water situation.
Yeah.
There's a whole like shower sex scene, and I'm like, I don't feel like I have an in-depth understanding of the water system
Yeah,
in these slums,
is this clean water?
right? And also
Are
like,
you fucking in
hot?
dirty water?
and I was also like, before they got in the shower, I was like, are you people showering? Which I guess
Yeah.
yes. I
Sounds
don't
like yes.
fucking know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they have a whole, but then they have unlimited water to fuck in the shower. It's a me thing, I guess. Mexico City's about to run out of water. I don't know if y'all know.
Yeah, like they're running on
Things are getting bad.
generators in this book.
Yeah, like how, like
Yeah.
what's your water source?
The O'Kane gang gets what it wants.
The well.
But I mean, like, there's a whole system that we have in most countries. And like, I assume it's hot water for shower fucking, right? Like, if they do the shit in ice cold water, that is not sexy.
It's hard mode.
But
But like difficult, yeah. But also hard dick.
yeah, I got a little obsessed.
Yeah.
With the water situation in this post-apocalyptic slum.
Do you want me to fuck your fingers? Oh wait, hang on. Oh, okay.
I had that highlighted too.
Okay, actually, I'm sorry. That's her asking.
Do you want me to fuck your fingers?
Not consciously. I don't want you to decide to. He trailed his lips over to her ear.
You fucking fuck.
That's why I didn't ask. I made it happen. And I just wrote, what in God's name are you talking about?
I would kill this man. I would kill him.
What the fuck are you even
What are you talking about?
talking about?
It's absurd.
On that note, what did everyone rate it?
Oh, are we done?
I don't know. We could keep, like, I feel like I said like 10 minutes ago, I was like, all of my shit just getting more and more angry at Jasper.
I do have multiple...
That's content, so we can keep going.
I mean, I do have multiple instances of mentioned dick harm highlighted.
Can you clarify?
Yes, I'm gonna.
Oh my God.
Hang on.
Then do it. Say the idea.
I'm looking for my notes.
You can't even get to them.
Well, I'm looking for it in order.
Okay, while you're looking,
Yeah.
I have a gripe. Pet as surprise gift. A pet is not an apology. He gives her a kitten. Like you just don't give somebody an animal without talking about it,
Also, where's the cat food coming from?
right? Right.
Where is the
cat
water coming from?
food. And then when they finally do fuck, you just gotta exile that cat to the bathroom. All
I mean, we've all done
Mm-hmm.
it.
right.
Okay, I found the first one. Don't get any ideas, Flash. No women in the cage fights. I don't want Lex twisting your dicks off if you win, and I sure as hell don't want to listen to you cry if you don't. And I said, twist his dick off!
Do it outside the cage.
Yeah, and then someone, I guess Lex probably, says, I would have pinched his dick off if he made you suffer. And I said, pinch his dick off! Bite his dick off!
Did y'all like Jasper's grand gesture?
I don't even remember what it was. Please remind me.
It was a painting he gave to her for her to trade to the tattoo artist
I was so fucking
for
mad.
Jasper's possession mark.
I was so fucking mad. I was so fucking mad.
What a gift. What a gift. I thought I knew what was best for you, and now I want to own you.
There was a lot of, like, springing a neck tattoo requests onto women. Like, it was very normalized, apparently, and I'm like...
That's partnership. Some people get rings that you can, like, take on and off.
Well, and that's the thing, like, we're not in a ring world anymore.
No.
Right, and also, like, what are these women getting in return?
Yeah. Ink. Permanent.
Protection.
Awesome. Like, for what? Like...
So you can say you are owned.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just got owned.
I mean, like, if we want to delve into Noelle's psyche, it's really just, like, she's floundering without a man to take care of her.
Oh, yeah.
She had a very controlling father with a very controlling life, and was functionally promised to the highest bidder, right? And then, so like, she needs that for safety and security from her own, like, psychological perspective.
Yep.
Which is sad.
Yeah, here is actually a good quote about that. Open passive trust, the kind that was reckless to give and easy to shatter. The girl who'd been thrown through the gates of Eden had trusted blindly because she didn't have any other choice. That kind of trust meant as little as one more yes from someone who never said no. That was just mentioned so many times.
Yeah.
I wish he had said no. And then continued to be like, no thanks. You suck. But, you know.
Yeah. Here we are. Book 1 of 7 or whatever. I'm going to show you what it means to be mine with nothing held back. Fucking crumbs.
Do it!
Like,
hello?
Yeah, I think part of my problem with this, okay. This was very blowjob centric.
Yeah.
First problem. That's not, like, when I'm watching porn, I'm a fast forward through the blowjob.
Yeah,
like a
fantasy.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
But also, like, I refuse to believe that Jasper is the great takeaway prize at the end of this.
Right.
And that will destroy the whole book, right? Because if you don't buy into that, then, like, it's just sad. It's all just sad.
Yeah, I mean, it really is just because, like, he protected her and brought her, quote unquote.
Yeah, he did
like,
a shitty job.
Right. Yeah. But, like, he was the first one to take her in.
Yeah, he didn't drug her.
It. Awesome.
Yeah, somebody else drugged her, and he, like, brought her to his gang HQ to lay down on somebody else's couch.
The bar is in hell.
Still tripping over it.
I bet that couch has holes in it.
It's Lex's couch, that might be nice.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, her place is described as very nice.
Yeah.
Because Haas is always bringing her gifts.
Yeah. Little steal.
Tex.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tex. His real name is Duncan, and he's very Irish.
But he wears a big cowboy hat, so, like...
Yeah. So, it vexed me a bit that one of the reasons Jasper was so like, no, it's for your own benefit. You probably just need to go back to Eden. You're a liability for the gang. And then she's attacked, she sees her dad, but the problem doesn't go away. But all of a sudden it's fine with him?
Because she cuts him out of her life, as she should have.
Yeah.
And should have stayed that way, right?
Stayed that way.
Yeah, but then he realizes that he's losing her, and he's like, I have to make a grand gesture, and buys her a cat and gives her a painting.
Yeah.
Marriage painting.
Mm-hmm.
Killian, you ready for ratings?
Yes. I think mine was pretty much just like, once again, the men suck and it should have been lesbian.
I said this is romance for anyone turned on by the patriarchy.
And I said, if orgies were governments.
We'd all be rich.
No,
we'd all be riding horses.
This book would be a government.
I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot.
No. Or maybe I haven't read the rest, so maybe I'll have 7 nickels. My dang phone's full again.
Yeah, I saw it happen.